Hi, good afternoon. It's not easy to moderate a session just before the lunch break. So as you said, we are behind schedule. So we have three panelists in our panel from South Asian country. So we can start quickly with the first presentation. I think with Dr. Hassan from Iran, please. So as for the previous panel, so we have 7 minutes for each presentation.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear guests and esteemed colleagues, first of all, I want to special thank to all organizers and the ICESCO, IWAIC, Ministry of Transport, Communication and Information Technology, and the University of Technology and Applied Sciences. First, many of our nations have, yes. Many of our nations have established national AI visions, aiming to become leading forces in the AI development. Our vision are driven to the desire to enhance national productivity, create new wealth, and improve citizen well-being. So, our goals also extended beyond technological advancement. We aim to direct research toward our unique needs. I think that this is not working, yes?
Could you please check the remote?
Yes.
Yes, it's working. Could you please activate the timer, please?
Oh, there? Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, it's working now.
Yes. Okay, our goals also extend beyond technological advancements. We aim to direct research toward unique needs, including Islamic scholarship on AI ethics. We also seek to transform potential threats into opportunities, ensuring AI serves humanity and strengthens of our values. As we develop AI, it's crucial to adhere to the moral principles of Islam. Our focus is on fostering at Hayat Tayyibah, or good life. This includes prioritizing justice, human dignity, and the well-being of our people. We will ensure data privacy, robust security, and independent development to safeguard national interests. After some parallel activities, first we established the National AI Center on February 2022, and then it's converted to the National AI Organization the last month as an independent organization under the auspices of the President. Our pivotal steps in regulating and developing our AI infrastructure, ensuring robust governance, and implementing our national AI document. Okay, we believe that AI will not replace humans, but rather people who utilize AI will replace those who do not adopt these technology. So, let's explore specific areas where AI show fundamental immense promise to our generation is education. Our primary goal is to personalize learning for all of our students, empowering them to reach their full potential. However, human educators remain essential. We emphasize the importance of maintaining agency for teachers, students, and parents. We will develop mechanisms to assess implement of AI on students and in cultural consideration into all AI-based learning. To track the progress, we've established national measurement tools. This includes targets for increasing AI specialists boosting research outputs, and driving AI adoption across government and industry. Our ultimate aim to create an AI ecosystem generating economic growth and job opportunities. Let's go deeper into some of the specific actions we've taken in education. At the education, we've done in 3 sections: students, teachers, and infrastructures. At the student section, we've launched extensive awareness programs, including TV broadcasts, training networks, and competitions. We provide students with 100 hours training programs, project monitoring opportunities, and a real-world AI experience to develop practical skills. We also identify top talent through boot camps and a national Olympiad for specific AI in education. We equip teachers with the skills to integrate AI effectively into their teaching practices. We also offer a local MOOCs for comprehensive AI literacy to ensure all educators can navigate the evolving AI landscape. And the infrastructure, we established a dedicated national policy framework for integrated AI in education. This includes a robust AI-based content monitoring system within our educational super application, ensuring the quality and safety of learning environments. We also start to develop national large language model for educational purposes. We call it Iran Tutor or iTutor. For this, we start to develop this LLM. Let me tell about our super application in response to the challenges of the last pandemic, COVID-19. We introduced the SHAD educational super application. SHAD become a cornerstone of virtual education for over 12 million students and 600,000 teachers to foster a safe and immersive learning environment. Student safety remains important for us for using this application. We apply AI to monitor content within the SHAD application, ensuring the quality. We also, as you see, as this chart, the AI engine process over 2 million pieces of content daily. And this focus safety learning environment has resulted in a significant decrease in identified inappropriate content for our children and our students from 2.5%, the orange line, into less than 0.2% of AI input. After 4 years, SHAD continues to empower learners in Iran, and we are proud to share this experience and collaborate with other countries in the region to develop similar solutions. And at the last, we look to the future. We have identified several key variables that will shape the future of AI, including the digital transformation, tech-savvy youth, unique cultural context, geopolitical dynamics, and ethical consideration and breakthrough in Islamic NLP and regional AI hubs further enhance our potential. In conclusion, through regional collaboration, data sharing initiatives, and the establishment of AI hubs, we can accelerate innovation and drive economic growth that truly benefits our people. May the blessing of Allah be upon us as we embark on this transformative journey. Together, we can create a future where AI serves as a catalyst for progress, prosperity, and the betterment of our societies. Thank you.
So great. So thank you, Dr. Hassan, for sharing with us some insight about the AI goals and objectives of the Islamic Republic of Iran. I invite to the podium Professor Suhail to share with us some insight and overview about the AI strategy in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much, and really appreciate for having me here today. I will be talking more about the national AI vision and goal for Pakistan. So Pakistan's national policy.
Please.
Sorry? Okay. The Pakistan's national policy aim to embrace and integrate AI by fostering a hybrid intelligence ecosystem that value human intelligence and promotes equitable and responsible AI and drive the socio-economic growth of the country across various disciplines. The national vision and goal is actually depends on the two major parts. The first one is the developmental agenda. The other one is actually the responsibility agenda. On the developmental side, the main focus is actually to do the capacity building, train and upskill human capital, because in the region, Pakistan is the second largest country where the freelancing is at its peak, and most of the digital economy comes from the freelancing after India. So Pakistan is very deficient at the moment in terms of capacity, in terms of providing the resources. So we are trying to do some capacity building and then integrating AI into our national curriculum. And also the third part is developing the centers for the AI and providing fiscal and non-fiscal incentives for the AI and starting for the new SMEs and the startups. On the responsible side, ensure the ethical use of the AI and define the data standards. One of my colleagues was just mentioning about the open data, and yes, the open data is first step, and then we need to do some standardization of the data. That's another aspect of it, and then is invest in the computational resources, which is highly required for the responsible data use. As in the earlier talks, one from the Oman was mentioning that we need to focus on the hardware and software. So those, the resources, computational resources, is also very much required. So when we are talking about the main principles, the first principle, as I highlighted, is the training aspect, and then providing the AI into the national curriculum. Most of the universities here in Pakistan, they have started the bachelor's and the master's and the PhD programs in artificial intelligence, and then enabling AI into the ecosystem where we are developing the national centers. We are already developed national centers for the AI, and that national center has multiple labs across the country. And one of the lab is headed by me, which is the medical imaging and diagnostic lab, where we are trying to reduce the time for the medical imaging. And we are working in 3 different areas, and the one is the area of the breast cancer, tuberculosis, and then the brain cancer. So these are on the medical side we are working. So also we are trying to establish the Sinopark. We already established a Sinopark Center for the artificial intelligence, and we are trying to invest more on the computational resources. So regulations, the regulations frameworks are there to accelerate the adoption, and then implementation is basically the sandboxing of the safe AI and then supporting the international collaborations. On the development side, we have established a Center for Excellence, which are not only working on the developmental side of the AI in order to solve the social issues of the country, but we are also working on the latest research for the AI, and we are extensively publishing at national and international level of our research at the AI. Then we are also very much committed, established, and we are spending more on the computational facilities for enabling the AI, and then creating the awareness for the adoption of AI at various sectors. I'm going to talk about the sectors which we are focusing at the moment. And in future, we are trying to invest more on the AI-driven research and development and on the educational projects, and then fostering innovations through AI-enabled technologies. So the AI for socio-economic development, we are in the public sector, we are trying to substantiate the rapid challenges for the AI, the existing growth, the infrastructure to its limit. Then on the energy side, then on the healthcare side, I just mentioned the work we have done on the healthcare side, and also on the areas of where we are trying to build the smart cities and the smart houses, and enabling AI-driven gadgets to integrate with the IoT devices. Then the tools, and we are actually for measuring. The first is actually we have some steering committees at the managerial levels, and then we are also working in the focus groups. So these policy propose a kind of three-layer organizational structure for the assessing and implementation. And the third one is actually the policies implementation through the government and day-to-day operations. The variables we have identified is the AI market-enabled establishment, where we actually we have established the AI fund, and then the Center for the AIs, and then social development through AI. And creating the awareness, we have national awareness program for the AI. We are focusing on the skill development and also financing scholarships for the students so we can motivate them for the studies in the AI. And then building and trusting the environment. We are regulating the socio-economic adoption, sandboxing for AI, and supporting international collaborations. So we are also making the role of our national boards during these transformation, and involving the industry to change themselves to the modern tools and technologies of the AI, and as I mentioned, also in the computing resources. So the suggestions for the future is actually to establish AI policy that aligns the enhancing the socio-economic growth of the country, and also crucial to outline the direction and action plan to incentive schemes encouraging private businesses, funds startups, and invest in AI research, and finally conducting some pilot studies on particularly on our country for AI adoption, and drawing lessons from the successful models implemented across the globe. So the government is adopting and enrolled as an enabler, so to promote the AI in the country and the region. Thank you.
Thank you.
Insights about AI in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. I invite now our last speaker. It's Professor Mohamed
Rahman from People's Republic of Bangladesh, to share with us some insight, present, and future AI perspective in Bangladesh.
I think this is the wrong slides. Should be. I think this is the wrong slides from Maldives.
So could you please check the slides for Professor Mohamed's presentation?
These are from Maldives, I think, as you can see.
Yeah, it's here. No. Brunei.
Is someone working on it?
Yeah. So could you please check the presentation of for Bangladesh for Professor Mohamed? Because now you are sharing the Maldives presentation. It's there. So this is yours, Professor Mohammed? No? It's a bit confusing because we are using the same template for most of the presentations. So it's still showing Maldives.
This is Maldives presentation, I think. So.
Yeah.
I continue someone else's presentation?
So you can start talking without
Okay.
slides.
Yeah, so if it is difficult to get it out. So the thing that I was going to present is the National AI Policy draft that is in draft stage at this stage, because after hearing the presentation, it seems to me that we are lagging a little bit behind. We started our journey from the perspective of our government as well as from Bangladesh public to embrace ICT as a thrust sector in 2008, back in 2008. At the time, we had a vision 2021 to have a digital Bangladesh in some sense. In the beginning, the coin digital Bangladesh didn't make much sense, but at the end, we reached something where we reduced the digital divide. We employed digital technology, ICT, computing, and this sort of infrastructure in every sphere of our life. And now we are in a position to embrace this enabling technology of AI in every sphere of our life. But as I said before, we are lagging a little bit behind. In 2020, we proposed our first national strategy for AI, but then we take a short break, partly because of COVID and these sort of things. And in 2023, by the end of 2023, we drafted our first AI policy. It is not yet in legislation. The first stakeholder engagement happened in the beginning of this year, probably in March or end of February. And now it will be placed in the parliament for legislative actions. So most of the things like the vision, mission, goals, guiding principles are aligned to what I have seen already. It matches the standard, world standard, and so on. And this is, I think they have found it now. Yeah.
Your slides are there. So.
Yeah, now it's there. So, so the main goals are just pointing out here: to accelerate the equitable economic growth, to ensure efficiency and accessibility, to adopt a data-driven policy making, to nurture a skilled workforce, which is very, very important, because if we don't have a skilled workforce, we cannot do anything. And we also foster the culture of AI research and innovation, a very important thing. I will talk about it a little bit later as well. And we wanted to ensure the development and adhere to a robust ethical framework, which is probably one of the main goals of this conference, this regional workshop. So, sorry, excuse me. So these are the guiding principles. Again, as I mentioned, most of the guiding principles I have already seen on most of the presentations, so I don't need to talk about it that much. It has ethical principles, it has equity, and so on. At the governance side, as I have just mentioned, that we have just drafted the policy. The policy talks about a National Artificial Intelligence Center of Excellence, which will take us through this journey. We also have a National AI Advisory Council, and there will be a committee to govern the ethical conduct. So The regulation is not yet there, but we have developed the first draft, which has gone through the stakeholder engagement, and hopefully it will be passed in the parliament very soon. So for socio-economic development, we have identified 7 or 8 sectors like healthcare. Again, the more focus is on research and innovation in healthcare and so on. Agriculture, because Bangladesh is an agricultural country, we have to infuse AI and this sort of research arrangements within agriculture, and we have done similar things as well. Something is wrong again? Okay, so coming back to the main thrust sectors like environment, energy, and climate change, then we have smart public services, governance, and judiciary. Our policy also talk about telecommunication, data governance and surveillance, smart cities, transportation and mobility, and finally education, skills, and employment. So from the measurement side, our policy doesn't specifically mention any KPI, but it talks about the NAICE I just mentioned, that the Excellence Center, which will try to coordinate and contribute towards a coordinated effort countrywide. It will evaluate the AI initiatives, it will form monitoring committees for ethics and other things, and of course it talks about cooperation as well. And now I will just talk about this slide. This is, I think, what this workshop is all about. We are talking about the key variables that I personally think is very important. The first 3 things I mentioned is funding, equity, and infrastructure, and these all are related to our progress with AI, because funding is very, very important. Equity is very, very important, and equity is not only within a country. I want to focus on equity at a regional level. We are talking about Islamic world now, so we need to think about moving forward as an entity, as an Islamic world, not only country-wise improvement. I can see that there is disparity between the engagement, awareness, and everything, and this is reflected in the indexes as well. So ICESCO, I think, in this context, could take a very important and crucial role, because it can work somewhat like the European Union, where each member state has its own policy, has its own strategy, but there is a governing, or in some sense guiding strategy provided by the European Union. So I think if we really want to go in the same pace as an Islamic world, ICESCO could play a very important role here. The cooperation is very, very important. If I go alone, I don't think this will help us in the long run. So we need to think about a very strong cooperation to help the countries that are lagging behind to come to the stage that our other members are going. And there is one issue of mindset and acceptability. Our Director General was mentioning about job disruptions, but he also mentioned a nice remark that while many jobs will be obsolete, there will be more jobs, right? So whenever we try to impose something, infuse something, or welcome something, there is an inertia within the existing population or existing system. And we need to create awareness that yes, this will disrupt some jobs, but this will create more jobs. And to have those more jobs, we need to be equipped, right? You need to train people. We need to train workforce and so on. So my colleague from Azerbaijan also mentioned about cooperation, and I want to stress on that in my last 50 seconds that whatever we are doing, every member state progressing towards embracing AI and so on, we should share as much as possible to other member states. This will not only save money, but also keep us on the same pace. There are privacy issues. There are, of course, strategic issues. We need to overcome those issues, and we need to come up with a common goals and common setup so that we can move forward together. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. So thank you, Professor Mohamed, and sorry again for the confusion with the slides. So I would like to thank our...
This is the first workshop under this chair of ICESCO, but definitely hope that the next workshop we can see more cross partnership and and collaboration
between countries, and it would be showcased in some case studies. So thank you again, and I think the floor to our MC.